Hello ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing today? In this video is going to be about a story time of my scariest encounter in the ocean. Now, this is like a very short story for you guys, a nice little, I don't know if it's going to be short or long, but I'm going to try to make it as detailed and more fun as possible. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to bring the memory back too, just to kind of embrace the fact that I'm alive today and with you guys, chilling with you guys, and, still making content. So, I hope you guys are munching. I hope you guys are, indulging on something a little nice. So let's get right into it right now. I bet. So I'm gonna start the story off that this happened during like my LA vacation. Like, let's say cause every time I go to LA, right? Like, I always go to the beach, of course, and whenever I'm in the beach, I always go under the water. There was a couple of times where I went to the beach and I didn't go in the water because the first time it was the one time I was in Malibu and I don't know why I didn't bring. Oh yeah, I remember now to this day. But I didn't have nothing on me. I didn't have no swimming trunks and nothing. I didn't prepare myself this day because I was too smacked. So the second time it was like very cold in LA, so I didn't want to hop in the ocean. While it's like it was around 55 degrees at the time, and the water is like very cold, so it's in LA too, so it's like I ain't trying to give myself hypothermia right now. It ain't, no, you know what I'm saying? So this story happened on my third time flying to LA, my last trip, which was like 10 months ago at this point. Almost, yeah, 10 months wow, it's almost a year. But this happened almost a year ago, and this happened the day after my birthday too, right before I was supposed to leave for LA. And I was like, bet, I'm gonna go to the beach, swim in the water, blah blah blah. So I went to the Manhattan beach, right? And then I brought my dabs, brought my everything with me. I took the Uber all the way over there because I'm like, you know what, fuck it, whatever, right? Actually, no, this is in Venice Beach. Actually, Manhattan Beach. I went on my birthday. Okay, now my memory's coming back right. So the flip of the story is that this day, on the day after my birthday, I was at Venice Beach. Venice Beach has the most scariest encounters too, at least in my experience. And this day I brought, everything with me. I was just chilling the whole day, doing whatever. If you guys watched the vlog and all that stuff, I didn't show the part of the vlog where I, got scared from the ocean, which I'm going to tell you guys right now. Where I was in Venice Beach chilling, with a fan actually from TikTok too. He eventually came over because he's from California, and I'm like, yo, I want to chill with some peoples, blah blah blah. And we were chilling, taking some dabs. You know what I'm saying? I think we smoked a joint too. Yes, we did. He gave me some papers. I rolled up, clean joint, and then shared it. And then I went to the ocean and I popped a couple of eddies. I did a lot, and I'm just nice. I'm just feeling nice, enjoying the cold ocean, and just like damn near. I didn't want to go deep in the ocean because the very very last time I did that, I almost got bitten by a shark. But that's like a very short story for another time. But this time I went inside the ocean, played around a little bit. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm ready to come out now. I've had a little break, from the water, and then I see a fin. Like I see it like a fin, and then before that, a stingray was this close to me. I would say the stingray. This is a stingray. This is me walking out the ocean. The stingray was like this, like swimming past. I was like, whoa, like almost got stinged, which is what gonna be a very bad experience for me at the time. But that didn't happen. So then I just immediately tried to run it, and then before I got almost out of the deep end, I see a baby, I don't know if it was a dolphin or a shark. I see a fin, and it's almost jumping out towards me damn near. And I just stopped and almost backed up, like, whoa, wait a second. And then after that, that made my heart sink for that moment. And I was like, nah, let me get out the ocean, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Run back. I didn't even run. I just walked really fast, because, it's hard to run in the water. But I just was like, all right, I need to get out of here right now. You know what I'm saying? And then came back. I told the homie what happened, exactly how I told you guys, and he was like, "Oh my god!" Cause he, the homie, the TikTok fan. I don't want to say his name, but he was like, "Oh, he was surprised. He was like, "Damn, bro, like man, you're brave for that shit." You know what I'm saying? And then I was so excited to the point where I was like, "Bet, like I'm out to just run back in the ocean." And the homie was like, Psh. Like he was like, he looked at me like I was crazy. He was like, "Whoa, you're crazy," because that shit, like I don't know, that fear brought up excitement for me to go back into the ocean for some odd reason, and cause I'm like, bad. Like if I'm gonna go back in there, and I went back in the ocean, and weirdly nothing happened. Like so, well, I was surprised too at the time. You know what I'm saying, and then enjoyed the rest of the day. And then after that day, I almost missed my flight from LA. I'm gonna give you a little bonus story. I missed my flight. Not missed it, but like I almost missed it because on the day after my birthday, right? It was the night. I was supposed to leave at 5 a.m. May 14th, I think, right? Yeah. I know my flight was at 5 in the morning, like and then takeoff was at 6. So I was staying up late at night, right? And I was like up at like, midnight, 1 a.m. LA time at this point, trying to prepare myself, trying to pack around, be like, all right, bet, let me make the most of it. Oh, wait, I didn't get back to my Airbnb until like way after midnight, right? I remember now. So after I came back, I had a can of beer that I brought from the gas station earlier, right? I don't remember if it was a gas station or a 7-Eleven. I think it was a 7-Eleven because that was the only thing LA had, right? It didn't have no delis and shit like that. But I had a can of Mike's Hard Lemonade, right? That was like not the glass one. I had the big can one, and I managed to finish that shit. Smoke a couple blunts, a couple joints, and take a few dabs, and I'm just super crossfaded at this point, and I'm like, I remember vividly too, like I'm just laying down while I'm, my head's like, feeling nice. I'm chilling, and I'm on my phone trying to like check in for boarding because technically you're supposed to like, press check in for boarding before like, in a few hours before, the boarding call. So I did that. I mean, for those that y'all travel, y'all know what I'm talking about. But I did that, and I immediately went to sleep. I didn't even think to turn on no alarm. I told myself too, right before I got intoxicated, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna set an alarm, like 2, 3, 4 different alarms. That was my main plan, was to set up at least 4 alarms 2 hours before my, boarding call, right? Because I'm like, all right, I have less time to sleep. So I immediately just went to sleep. But I did not set up the alarm. I was like waking up by a phone, like my phone was vibrating at this point. Like, like how you're sleeping, you could literally like feel it or like hear your phone vibrating and shit in your sleep. And that shit immediately woke me up because I was like, I hear my phone vibrating because my mom was calling me. And I immediately like jumped out the bed, like fucking like God. I was like, I felt like fucking that first scene in Home Alone 2 where like they wake up and they see like they flight is about to take off. They like literally all rushed and shit. That's literally how I felt. I got out the bed. I'm like, oh fuck, my mom's calling me. Let me not answer the phone because I know if I answer the phone, I told her I'm not at the airport. She's gonna be mad pissed. So. Because I was living with my parents at the time, too. So, I'm like, nah, I don't want to answer it. Let me just get ready, get to the airport, and then I'm going to call my mom back. Then I'm going to tell her, oh, sorry, I was asleep in the airport. It was blah, 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 some bullshit. No, I mean, at the time, I forgot what excuse I did. But that woke me up, and I was like, holy fuck, let me get ready to go. Oh shit, I got my clothes all together in a bag, you know what I'm saying? I'm hurrying up, cleaning the room. I'm not worried too much about the mess, because I'm like, all right, the lady's gonna clean it, whatever. Like, I'll just tell her that, hey, I was rushing for a flight, worst case scenario. But I hurried, I put all my shit, I made sure I just threw everything into my suitcase. I didn't even like organize my weed shit, make sure I didn't even give a fuck. I just tried stuffing everything in my suitcase, and I tried grabbing shit in my carry-on, and I'm like, shit. And the worst part of this bonus story, is that I call the Uber, right? And I'm patiently waiting, not a driver yet, and then I get a notification I got a driver coming to me. This guy was 17 minutes away. And my takeoff time is at 5:45, and it's like 5 a.m. at this point. 5 a.m. Actually, no, 5:45 was the boarding call. You know, where that's the latest that you can come in. And I'm like, yo, I'm freaking the fuck out because I'm almost ready at this point. And I'm like, damn, I gotta wait an additional 17 minutes for my for my driver to pull up. And I was just like, all right. Well, I texted the driver twice. I was like, yo, like I'm running late for this flight. My flight is at this particular time. Blah blah blah. And he eventually pulled up. And then when I got into the car, he took off. I was like, "Bad, I'm making it to this fucking flight." He knew the fucking the deal. You know what I'm saying? Because this was 5 a.m. LA time at this point. Ain't nobody Ubering around at that time in the West Coast. I don't know why. I guess they're afraid to get shot, but whatever. But this guy like pulled through and he like beat it over there to the LAX airport. Got there, I immediately, like, if you saw the vlog too, you would literally see me like antsed up in a rush, was like, oh my god, I missed this flight, thank god. And that was literally right after, like, I ran inside. My anxiety is at 10 now, right? And I ran inside and I just immediately just ran to the front desk. Like, I didn't even go to the kiosk. Fuck that, you know, it's gonna say I'm too late. So I just ran to the front and I'm like, yo, I got my boarding call. Here's my suitcase. My flight is at this time. Blah, blah, blah. Can I please make it to this flight? I don't care if I got to pay extra. Blah, blah, blah. Because on the way to the airport, I'm just looking up random flights to get home, right? And I'm like, fuck. I don't mind wiping half my bank account to get home if that's the case, you know, because I need to get home. So but the most surprising part, they let me inside. They took my ticket. They're like, actually, no. They took the, I forgot what I gave them. It was like a kiosk code, some shit. It was like a piece of paper, and then I showed shit on my phone. And then they printed out a plane ticket. They're like, here you go. I'm like, I was like that in my head. I wasn't like that, like, reality. I was trying to be cool with it. I was like, yo, thank you. And then I just gave them my suitcase. They took my suitcase, and they told me which terminal to go to. And then the clip in the vlog where I was like, oh my god, all right, I made my flight. That was right when my anxiety went from 10 to like, all right, I'm relieved. You know, the only downside is I left some food at the Airbnb, which was, you know, fucked up, but whatever. I mean, like, the food that I brought from restaurants that I ate every single day, I was gonna bring it home with me, you know, let some of my family try it out. But I left 90% of it at the Airbnb. Whatever, whoever wants it can have it, or they can just throw it away. But hey, that was the gist of the story of my last time traveling in LA. You know what I'm saying? From the scariest encounter of the ocean to like almost missing my flight, which is the craziest part of that trip. Trying to come home. So I'm definitely gonna travel again this year, especially for my birthday again. So that's like, you know, let me know in the comments if you guys want, you know, see me in LA again. I'm personally like, I want to go to either a couple places, like either LA, Vancouver, Canada, or like another weed friendly like place, maybe outskirts of the country, who knows. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are chilling. I hope you guys have a good one.